Welcome back to the Hadley Running YouTube channel. For today's episode, we thought it would be helpful to answer some common questions many runners have. We want to cut through some of the noise you hear online and give you some straightforward answers to your most common running questions. So let's get running on our discussion. The first question we'll cover is, if a workout is not going well, should I shorten the duration or slow my pace targets? The short answer to this question is if a workout isn't going well, then you should slow your pace targets and leave the duration intact. The benefits we get from any workout is based on our running duration at certain desired effort levels. Pace and heart rate are feedback tools you use to help us find that appropriate effort level for the workout, but if one day they aren't aligning for some reason, then we should adjust our paces and keep the duration and effort level at the desired levels. That way we still get the benefits. The second reason we take this approach is that races are not shortened just because we are not having a good day, so we want to practice in training what we'd have to do in a race, and that is adjust our pace expectations. This is another good reason to always start your workouts conservatively, so that you aren't put in a position of having to slow down, but rather being able to speed up if feeling good. A much more positive mind frame to be in. The next question is, what should I focus on in terms of running form? There are three main keys to focus on for good running form. First, we want to be sure we run tall, body straight with an ever so slight forward lean, keeping the hips up or forward, and being careful to not sit, butt out, while we run. Second, we want to be sure we are in a good smooth rhythm, with a good cadence, making sure we are not overstriding or running restricted. We'll cover this more in the next question. The third key we want to focus on is making sure we are running as relaxed as possible, shoulders relaxed and arms swinging naturally down by your side. Staying relaxed while you run will reduce wasted energy. The next question is there a certain cadence or rhythm I should be shooting for on my runs? The human body will operate most efficiently at a cadence of between 170 and 190 strides per minute for all speeds at or slower than mile race pace. Where we fall in the range will depend on your personal biomechanics, but we want to shoot to be somewhere in that range to be operating at our most efficient. Runners who fall short of that cadence are often overstriding or putting too much effort into the stride rather than having a quicker rhythm. It can be a weird concept at first, but sometimes these runners need to focus on trying quicker rather than trying harder, that is putting less effort into a stride that is at a slightly quicker rhythm. Some runners have the opposite problem and their cadence is between 190 and 200, often due to some constraint in their biomechanics. In their case, they need to be sure they have a proper range of motion in all running-related joints and muscles, and then work on opening up their stride some while slightly slowing their cadence. The next question we often hear is how my foot lands important? Should I be heel striking or forefoot running? This is one you hear many different opinions on. The straightforward answer is that foot strike is a very individual thing, depending on the person's own personal body makeup and biomechanics. And often things can and will change over time as we become stronger, better adapted to running, or our weight changes. It is important to note that there are countless great runners, world record holders even, who are heel strikers, and some who are forefoot runners. So there is no right answer here, regardless of what you might hear, but rather it depends on your own personal variables. It is far more important to be sure you are in the right running shoes for your current foot strike and that you update your shoe choice as your foot strike changes over time. A local running specialty store should be able to help analyze your current foot strike and help you find the shoe options that are right for you. The last question we'll cover in this episode is, how often should we be buying new running shoes? There are three big variables that play into determining this answer: the size of the runner, their biomechanics, and the type, style, and brand of shoe they wear. Each will impact the normal range for how long the shoe lasts. Heavier and less biomechanically efficient runners will go through shoes quicker than lighter and more efficient runners will. And each brand and style of shoe has slightly different wear patterns and durability. In general, we see a range of anywhere from 200 to 500 miles before a runner needs to replace their shoes, with a more common range of between 300 and 400 miles. But certain shoes, such as racing flats and carbon-plated shoes, need to be replaced more frequently than this, as they are not as durable. If you have a running question we didn't answer today or a topic you'd like to see us cover in a future episode, leave us a message in the comments and we'll try and cover it soon. That concludes our episode on common running questions. Thank you for watching. If you liked this episode, please hit that like button and be sure you are subscribed to the channel so you won't miss future episodes. We strive to put out 2 episodes per week on Mondays and Fridays, with the Monday episode focused on a training topic, and Friday episodes focused on other topics of interest in running. Thanks and happy running.